Hey everybody, it's Chris over at Dixieland Farm, and today I want to show off what I've built. I've used a little computer here to do real-time click repair. So you may have seen in a previous video that I did where I digitized using a program called ClickRepair. Well, this program is called ClickRepairRT, RT standing for real-time. So what it does is, as you play a record, it gets cleaned up automatically right then and there. There's no digitizing or anything. Let me show you. All right, let me give you a demonstration of what I'm talking about here. So here's a record, the Serpent Power. Apparently this record is a little bit rare. I bought this at a garage sale for $1. It was in VG minus condition, but it's pretty crackly, I'll be honest with you, even though it plays through just fine. So we're going to put the needle down. You'll notice that there's almost like a half-a-second delay as it goes through the computer here. This is a $90 computer, and I'll talk more about the specifics later. And we actually remoted into this machine so we can see it live, the program working. So you see we're on the original sound. So this is what it sounds like without doing anything.
Don't you listen to her. She don't know what you're saying.
So let's go ahead and repair the audio. And this is it repaired live right now.
Don't you listen to her. She don't know what you're saying. She's been saying the same.
We can actually hear what's being removed. This is what's being removed live right now. So let's go ahead and talk about the equipment and the programs and what's going on here. So we've got the Gigabyte Bricks computer here. It runs a Celeron processor. It takes about 15 seconds to boot up into the program. The program again is ClickRepairRT. We're using a sound card here. It was $15. It's a USB sound card. It's got a line input. It's also got optical input and output as well. Now, I know what you're saying, $15 sound card, how good can it be? Well, you know, a lot of these sound cards and DACs, they all use the same chip, so just because something's more expensive doesn't mean necessarily that it's any better. Case in point is the DAC that I've got running on my Raspberry Pi down there. That DAC was $50. It's got the same exact chip that's inside $500 units. So, price is not always a determination. Now, with this computer setup, it took about me 20 hours. The first time I did it, I tried using the Raspberry Pi, but it was not strong enough to run the processing of the click repair. So, discouraged. I knew about this computer, and it was an open box. It was $90. Normally it sells for $120. So I got it for $90 on Amazon. The sound card was $15. The memory, I put a 4 gig stick of memory in there. That was $15. It wasn't much money difference between 2 gigs and 4 gigs, so I just opted for the 4 gig. I am running a solid state hard drive, a 16 gig solid state hard drive. That was the smallest one I could find, and that was $20. And then I had to get an adapter to convert it from an M2 type to a 2.5 SATA laptop hard drive, and that adapter was $8. So. And then the program itself runs $40. So it's the same exact program as I showed in the past with the digitizing video I did, the Click Repair program. This one comes bundled with it. I am using Debian, a Linux operating system. I used Debian because I figured it was a little bit simpler and cleaner and less stuff. It takes 15 seconds to boot into the computer. It automatically logs you in, boots up. I can remote into it through a command line, so I can do nerd stuff to it, or I can remote into it with the picture like you saw on the iPad, so I can change settings if I wanted to. But it's designed to run on its own. I can put this thing behind the turntable and never touch it again. I do plan on hitting the button to boot it before I play a record, and then hitting the button when I'm done playing for the night to shut it off. It takes 5 seconds to shut it off. 10 watts of power. Though the power brick says it runs up to 30 watts. Even if I left it on all the time, that's fine too. The sound card shows up as 96 kilohertz that shows up as high res, but it is not 96 kilohertz. It is being upsampled. And I tested that by playing a quadra disc. Quadra disc has frequency content up to 50,000 hertz, and then I recorded the output on my digital recorder, put it in Audacity, looked at the spectrum analyzer function, and noticed, nope, it's being cut off. So even though it's saying high res, it's not high res. It's at 48, which is still considered high res according to the industry, but still. Now, to address some of the things that I've already heard or I expect to hear. Chris, why are you doing this? Why don't you just play a CD? Well, number one, this is none of your business. If I want to do this to my records, I will. And number two, I am not hung up on the analog and digital thing like most people are. I've done past videos on digital and analog shootouts. People that participated in the shootout between high res and even down to the higher res MP3s. Only 1 out of 10 people could ever notice a difference going between CD and an MP3, let alone CD and high res. So the digital to analog thing doesn't bother me. Also, any modern receiver has some DSP functionality in it. There's no guarantee that what you're listening to, if you run it through a modern amp, is pure analog anyway, even if it says direct. It may be going through a chip and being digitized, so that doesn't bother me. But also, I like clean records. I like the sound. I don't listen to records for the crackle and pops. I listen to records for the music. And with the conservative setting that I've set, it doesn't affect good records. It only really cleans up bad records. And the place where I've really seen it shine was classical. Even the most pristine classical, the levels sometimes are very low, and cracks and pops take you out of it, I'll be honest with you. And what I've noticed with this filter is they don't necessarily get completely removed, they get softened quite a bit. They're not harsh, they kind of thump a little bit, and then they're much lower in volume, and it's much less of a distraction. So for the price, I think this thing is great, and I'm very impressed. I've been testing it now for a week or two, and I'm going to let you listen to different samples of it, different types of music, different conditions of records. I'm going to let you listen to the original, and then the cleaned up version, and then what's actually being removed in the samples, and you can find the link below. If you're interested in building one of these, I'm certainly happy to help out, so just drop me a private message. And that's it. So I hope you enjoy what I've been working on. I'm really excited that I was able to get this to work. It took some time, but I'm very pleased with the results. And I'm going to be more pleased when this thing is hidden behind my turntable and I never have to see it again, and it just always works. So thanks for watching, everybody.